Hi, welcome back to another black box or specification-based technique, which is decision table testing. Some specifications contain that complicated logical conditions or complex business rules. Different combinations of conditions produce different actions. As testers, we need to be able to assure ourselves that every combination of these conditions that might occur has been tested. So we need to capture all the decisions in a way that enables us to explore their combinations. That's where decision table testing is distinguished. Let's start by an example to understand it better. A company that sells car insurance asked you to develop a software for them. The software requirement for calculating car insurance premiums is: for females between 18 and 64 years of age, the premium is $500. For males between 18 and 64 years of age, the premium is $1,000. For any 65 years of age or more, the premium is $1,500. Anyone less than 18 years of age cannot get insurance. The question is, what is the minimum number of test cases needed to test this requirement? The decision table contains the triggering condition, often combinations of true and false for all input conditions, and the resulting actions for each combination of conditions. Let's start by building together the decision table for this piece of requirement. A decision table lists all the input conditions that can occur at the top of the table, and the actions that can arise from them at the bottom of the table. So we would have male, female, less than 18, between 18 and 65, and older than 65 as input conditions. And we also have 500, 1000, 1500, and not applicable as possible actions to be taken by the system. Business rules, which are combinations of conditions to produce some actions, are arranged across the top horizontally. Therefore, each column represents a single business rule and shows how input conditions combine to produce actions. Let's try all the possible combinations in our example. So let's build the decision table together. In the first column, we're gonna put 1 in front of male, which means we are talking about males, and 1 in front of less than 18. So for males and less than 18 years of age, they will be, well, it's not applicable. So we're gonna put 1 in front of not applicable. In the second column, we're gonna put 1 in front of male and 1 in front of more than or equal 18 and less than 65. So if we have a male and he's in the age range of more than or equal 18 and less than 65, how much he will pay? He will pay $1,000. So we're gonna put 1 in front of 1,000 and zeros in front of every other row. And we're gonna continue in the same scenario or the same sequence for the remaining columns. And we're gonna end up with 6 columns. We must make sure that we have exercised all possible combinations of conditions, both valid and invalid combinations. In our case, we have 4 valid combinations and 2 invalid combinations. To achieve full coverage, we should have at least 1 test per column in the decision table. So we should have 6 test cases to achieve full coverage in our example. And remember, test cases contain actual data. So we're gonna try then 16 as representative for the first column, John 40 as representative for the second column, and so on. We have Sam 70, Joanna 66, Linda 14, Sue 32. The decision table could be a good tool to evaluate the requirement, as during building the table, we might discover some combinations of conditions have not been mentioned at all in the requirement, which in that case we should go back to the system analyst and ask for clarification. The questions in the STQB exam related to the decision table testing vary. One example might give you the table and the situation of the specific combinations of conditions and ask you what the action should be. So if we have David who is 43 years old, so how much he should pay for premium? The answer would be $1,000. Or They might give you already ready-made test cases and ask you what are the remaining needed test cases to achieve full coverage. The hardest one of all would be like our example here, and ask you to build the table from scratch and ask you to determine how many test cases are needed. The questions are easy, but few get lost moving around the table, so you need to open your eyes widely when answering those questions. Hope this was clear. Thank you.